This is a 100-inch TV that is undeniably large, yet surprisingly familiar. It's the Hisense Q7N, and when I first saw it, it wasn't just the size that struck me, it was how much it resembled a familiar TV, a TV that we've reviewed on this channel. However, this Q7N is a QLED TV, and despite being 2 inches bigger than the one we had previously, it's actually more affordable than it. That was a 98-inch ULED TV. If you've seen the previous video, you will know what the 98-inch TV is capable of, but if you haven't, don't worry. While this TV is more affordable, it's a QLED TV, it offers better picture quality, brightness, and color accuracy. I'll be explaining more about this in a bit. By the end of this video, you'll be able to fully understand the difference between ULED and QLED and which one you probably should get according to your preference and budget. We will also discuss everything you need to know about this 100-inch TV, including its specs, its design, and of course, my experience with it while using it. So without further ado, let's get to the video. Alright, let's talk QLED and ULED. On Fuani's website, the 98-inch TV, the ULED one, is priced at over 3 million naira, while this 100-inch TV, the QLED, is priced at 2.8 million naira. Keep in mind that these prices are subject to change due to FX fluctuations. However, let's discuss the difference. First off, what is QLED? QLED stands for quantum dot LED. It's a regular LED TV but more powerful. The secret in QLED is something called the quantum dots, and these are tiny particles that light up in different colors when you shine lights on them. The result, you get a brighter, more vibrant color, you get sharper images, and this makes QLED TVs great, especially if you watch it in a bright room or you love seeing those deep, rich colors pop on screen. On the other hand, ULED stands for Ultra LED, and it's Hisense's answer to improving TV picture quality. Now, ULED isn't just one thing, it is a mix of several different technologies. So Hisense uses local dimming to make the dark parts of the screen really dark and the bright parts of the screen, really bright, create more detailed images. Now they also enhance color and motion to make everything look smoother and more lifelike. Some ULED TVs even use quantum dots, but not all of them do. However, the 98-inch TV we previously reviewed uses it. If you want to know more about the previous TV we reviewed, you can actually check more about that in the description below after you watch this one. But in the meantime, what are the other differences? QLED focuses heavily on color and brightness, making it a great choice if you are all about that vivid, crisp, and clear visuals. ULED is more of an all-round improvement package. It doesn't just focus on one thing, but tries to give you a better picture in several ways, like improved contrast and many other things. So when choosing between QLED and ULED, consider that QLED TVs offer the best color, the best brightness, whereas ULED from Hisense provides an overall balanced high picture quality. Your decision, however, should be based on what you value the most in terms of your TV experience, and you can also go to a showroom and check these things out by yourself. For this QLED TV, Hisense incorporated elements from ULED to improve its quality even more. It features Hisense's full array local dimming, which provides deeper blacks and better contrast by controlling the backlight in different zones. This results in balanced highlights and shadows, enhancing that visual clarity for movies, sports, and games. And because it's a big screen, it fills every corner of your eyes. Whether you're watching a movie, whether you're playing games, or you're watching sports, the immersion is almost second to none. It's big and it shows. The colors on this TV are truly stunning, being a 4K TV. It provides an exceptional viewing experience as well, and I watched an 8K video on it. The picture quality was incredible. It was so good that every single detail was really clear and it felt like you could touch it, and I think that's worth something. Another impressive thing about this 100-inch TV is how easy it is to set up. It took the installer less than 30 minutes to assemble everything from start to finish, taking it out of the box, putting it on the stand here. The TV stand has a grey finish, but the rest of the body is black. The design is very similar to the 98-inch ULED one, which is very sleek and modern. And one of the things I particularly like is that unlike some large TVs that are thin at the top and bulky at the bottom, this one maintains that thickness all through. You can see how thick it is from the top to the bottom, giving it a solid, balanced look. Whether you mount it on the wall, which is quite a stretch, or you place it on a stand, which is more preferred, the Hisense Q7N really stands out, making it perfect for a home theater setup, or placing it in the center of your room, giving you that cinema-like experience. The back of this TV looks pretty much the same as the one we had before. It has these two handles to carry the TV easily, and for hanging it on the wall. And below that, there's this very solid sound system, although it wasn't as loud as the 98-inch one at a maximum volume, but it's still pretty loud. The sound system of this TV is also solid thanks to that built-in woofer and 4 speaker outlets as well. Alright, let's talk about the smart features. This TV is running on the Vida U7.6 operating system, and it's an upgrade from the U6 version that was on the previous one. Although the user interface is again similar to the former one, with some minor upgrades here and there, this version allows access to even more apps. Of course, you have your popular apps like Netflix, Prime Video, YouTube, the NBA League Pass, and many more. Now, Vida now features its own channels, and if you need additional apps, you can always check the App Store for more options. Most TVs usually have a 60Hz refresh rate, which is pretty easy on the eyes. Some TVs go up to 120Hz, which is twice the standard 60Hz rate. Hisense says this one is 144Hz, and when I saw it on the box, I was like, huh? It definitely felt good with gaming though when I tested it out. Usually TV modes don't make much of a difference, but this one in particular stands out as usual. The standard feature is its ability to automatically optimize the settings when you start a game, and this would enhance the HDR effect and the refresh rate for a smoother experience. While all of this is great for convenience, especially for gamers, you might still need to be cautious because it still operates the same way as the 98-inch one. Now, what do I mean by this? It can mistakenly interpret certain animations for gameplay, especially if you're watching like some animated movies, and this can lead to motion blur and artifacts that you may not want. Thankfully, you can easily switch this off in the settings as needed, and the settings are quite easy to access as well. 10 over 10. Can't complain. So just like the 98-inch model, this TV also has a sports mode that kicks in when you're watching football. It's pretty cool how it automatically changes the setting to give you the best colors and that smooth motion when you're watching a game, and you can also switch to sports mode by yourself if you really want to see some other things. But this one really boosts the saturation, it boosts everything overall, and it's one more thing that just makes watching your favorite games even better on here. I can't complain about that as well. I already briefly talked about the audio system of this TV, so here's more on that. While everyone's taste in sound varies a lot, these speakers definitely meet some benchmark for quality. Now, what do I mean by this? Of course, there's Dolby Atmos here, and of course, you have a TV of this size, you have a TV of this price. Why wouldn't you get Dolby Atmos? Of course, you have Dolby Atmos. To cut to the chase, here's how this TV sounds in different tests. Here's how it sounds for videos.
Bombs away. Split down.
And here's how it sounds for gaming.
Well, welcome to the Bernabeu, where we're all set for another El Clasico. I'm Guy Mowbray with Sue Smith alongside me for commentary on Real Madrid versus Barcelona, arguably the most famous and biggest rivalry in the world.
So in terms of audio options, if you prefer or you have a particular audio system that you like, say external speakers, sound systems, you can always connect that through Bluetooth or other wired methods. Contrary to the older model, this TV has a total of 14 ports. There are 4 HDMI ports with HDMI 3 and 4 supporting the HDMI 2.1 version, and additionally you can use HDMI 3 to connect to your soundbar with EARC. EARC is the best thing when it comes to audio, so I would highly recommend that, especially if you want to watch movies and get the best sound quality from those. For other audio connections, there's a 3.5mm port and there's an AV in port. The other ports at the back are the rest of the HDMI ports and the USB port. So regarding the build quality, the design and the functionality of this remote, it's made of plastic, but it feels very durable and lightweight. It's much better than the older model, and the buttons are also made of rubber. They are very tactile and they are very easy to press, and it feels very comfortable in hand. Not all the buttons are made of rubber though. The directional button isn't, but the remote, okay, is plastic actually. Anyway, the remote feels very comfortable to touch, and I think the best feature of the remote is its functionality. It's very easy to navigate every aspect of the TV with this remote, and even for first-time users, yeah, it's common nowadays to have shortcuts for apps on remotes, and this one has 6 shortcuts for various apps, as you can see here. Just like the previous model, this one also features voice control, and despite occasionally mistaking my name, Fisayo Fosudo, with everything else but that, it performed really well with other voice commands, particularly English words. Remember I spoke about the NBA League Pass? Well, it is also on the remote. Speaking of the remote, I think it is a unique looking remote. I think it is nice. I like the brushed look on the front and the clear look at the back. It feels different from what I'm used to. And something I really like is that the circular button that does the directional functions has this sort of lines that makes it feel like you are rotating it. It feels nice to do. I don't know how to explain it, but it just feels nice. But yeah, I like the brushed look, I like the button layout, and I like the finish of it. It looks very solid. The TV shares another similar feature with the older version, which is the Vida Companion app. This means that you can use other devices as a remote control, especially your smartphone. So every feature that you can control with this remote, you can actually control that with your smartphone. An additional feature that was added is the mouse function, which only works with the TV browser. This feature allows you to navigate through the browser as quickly as you can with a real mouse. So it's more like having a 100-inch PC. Although I do not recommend using it for typing, the actual remote is more functional for that. However, for every other purpose, the mouse performed decently well. Alright, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, despite being 100 inches, this TV is more affordable than the 98-inch TV. Yes, they are very close when it comes to size, but this one costs 2.8 million naira for all the features it offers, while the other one is 98 inches, and yeah, it offers similar features, but you know, there are some differences like we highlighted. So why is this one more affordable? The answer is simple. It's a QLED TV while the other one is a ULED TV. Another thing to note is that this TV was also assembled in Nigeria here as well, so you will get that better and quicker service if you need to fix anything. If you enjoyed this video, you would definitely enjoy the review of the 98-inch TV I mentioned and I've been referencing a lot in this video, so definitely click here to check that one out, and I'll see you in that video.